Welcome back to On the Rise for the preview of the Canada vs Ukraine match and the inaugural game of the Canadian Shield, which sees Canada kicking off an extremely busy summer. Of course, with the Canadian Shield seeing Canada have two friendlies against Ukraine and Cote d'Ivoire, and then leading into the CONCACAF Gold Cup, the last major tournament and the last competitive games for Canada before the 2026 World Cup in a must-win tournament. So this is an important summer for Canada, and kicking it off in a very big game against the Ukraine is extremely exciting. And we're going to preview it, guys, and give you guys my thoughts and predictions, of course, my lineup predictions and score predictions. Before we jump into it, guys, make sure to drop down below into the comments. Let me know your predicted lineups and score predictions as well. Smash that like button and drop a sub, and let's continue to move to 650 subscribers. We're going to jump straight into it, because this, for me, is a very exciting match, but also a crucial and important game for Jesse Marsch and this Canadian men's national team. And yes, you might just say it's just a friendly, but in the end of the day, how often does Canada get to play a European nation in a friendly opportunity? And a very good nation at that, because Ukraine has a great roster. Yes, we played France and Netherlands, but since then, and even before then, Canada has been starved of playing European opposition. And they give you a different test compared to an AFCON, compared to a CONMEBOL, compared to a CONCACAF opposition and side. And it's a great way for Jesse Marsch and this Canadian side to kick off their summer the right way. They're heading into a tournament that's a must-win tournament in the CONCACAF Gold Cup. If you go out there and beat Ukraine, get your confidence, get those nerves out, it's a great chance and a great way to do that. Because this Ukrainian side is filtered with quality, filtered with talent, and when you look up and down throughout that roster, it's a great team. And yes, they didn't bring their best team. There's no Artem Dovik. There's some other players left out. But they still have some fantastic talent. Some great goalkeepers in Trubin with Benfica, with the likes of Andre Lunin from Real Madrid, Ilya Zabarny for Bournemouth, one of the best center backs in the Premier League, Zinchenko from Arsenal, who's had an up and down season, and then you even have some great attackers with, of course, Sudakov and Siankov from Girona, who are their two most exciting attackers. But this is a great Ukrainian squad, and for me, it's an important way for Canada to start off this summer the right way and on the front foot. Beating Ukraine, having a good performance against Ukraine, getting those nerves out, and just having generally a very good performance would do a wonder of good for this Canadian national team, who, yes, is coming off the back of a win against the USA in a third-place match. But you got to remember, this is a side coming off against a failed Nations League tournament. So they have to go out there and start this summer right. And I really believe we have to go out there and beat Ukraine. And it will give us that confidence and that push to start the summer in the right way. But it's a very exciting team, because when you look at Ukraine, this is a side who's going to throw out a different formation at you, who's going to have a lot of versatility. When you look at their opposition, when you look at how they play, they can run a 4-1-4-1, a 3-4-2-1, or even a 4-2-3-1. Ukraine has a lot of different formations. Tactically, very interesting. It's a great outfit and a great side this Ukrainian team has. So it'll be very exciting for Jesse Marsch to have a new side to tactically play against and a different challenge compared to the usual teams he does get to play against. So this is a great opportunity for Canada to play the Ukraine, start the summer off right, and get a win and be on the front foot from the get-go. But let's jump into my lineup prediction, because it's a very interesting team that I think Jesse Marsch could possibly run out. I expect him fully to start with different goalkeepers. He has two matches in the Canadian Shield. I don't think we'll see Dane St. Clair and Maxime Crépeau, or one of them, play both games. For me, I think Dane St. Clair is going to get the nod in the first game. I think it's the bigger game. I think it's a bigger occasion kicking off the tournament, kicking off this inaugural tournament of the Canadian Shield, and Dane St. Clair, for me, has to be the number one goalkeeper for Jesse Marsch and in the lead up to the CONCACAF Gold Cup. Simple as that. He's our best goalkeeper. He deserves to start. Dane St. Clair is my goalkeeper for Jesse Marsch in my lineup prediction. Moving on to the back line, going from right to left. We're going to start at right back with Nico Sigor. Right-sided center back, I'm going to say it will be Joel Waterman. Left center back, Derek Cornelius. And left back, Sam Adekubi. What I would go with would be Jamie Knight-LaBelle and for Joel Waterman. But this is still a very good back four. Nico Seeger at right back wants a more important role. He's ready for the challenge. He's ready to step up. And I think Nico Seeger is ready to take the reins and get more minutes in this Jesse Marsch side. And this is going to be an important role to do it. This is a great game to do it. You're playing against Sudakov. You're playing against Siankov. It's a great opposition. You're playing against some very good attackers, probably some of the best that Nico Seeger has come against. And it'll be a great opportunity for whichever center back steps in for Moise Bombito. It's going to be a huge opportunity for whichever center back gets the nod for Jesse Marsch at right side of center back next to Derek Cornelius. It's a big opportunity. Whichever center back gets that chance has to take it. They have to take the reins. And it's a great chance for them to step up to the opportunity and truly just take that chance. Yes, they're not going to earn the starting role over Moise Bombito, but they're going to earn that third center back role. Because earning that third center back role on this Canadian side is a key piece right now. It's an all open position. It truly is. It's between Joel Waterman, it's between Jamie Knight-LaBelle, and Luc Defouge-Rolls. And it's a great opportunity for one of them to step in and take that reign with them. But moving on to my midfield, guys. I'm going to go from right to left once again. I'd say Ali Ahmed at right mid, Nathan Saliba, Ismail Kone, and Jaden Nelson. This is a very exciting midfield and a great opportunity for this team once again. This is a side and a team who has a chance to go out there and prove themselves against this Ukrainian side and against a side with some known players worldwide, with Siankov, Ilya Savarny, with Trubin, Lunin. It's a great chance for this midfield, and it's a very exciting midfield. I think Nathan Saliba will 100% start for Jesse Marsch in this game against Ukraine. Jesse Marsch has said, and he's praised him throughout press conferences, throughout interviews, in the lead up to this Canadian Shield, and I think it's an absolute no-brainer that Nathan Saliba will start. But it's really a question of where will he start and who will he start next to. Does he get to start at right mid like we did with Jonathan Osorio and start him out wide as an inverted winger? Who knows? Does he start next to Ismail Kone or Mathieu Chouanière? Who knows? It's a very interesting question to ask, but I really think Nathan Saliba will start at some capacity in this match, but I expect him to start alongside Ismail Kone. Ismail Kone's being a key player for Jesse Marsch throughout his time with the Canadian men's national team. And I think he'll prove it once again against the Ukraine. And Ali Ahmed right now is by far the best winger we have right now on form, playing terrifically well. And I think it really comes down to fitness, how he's doing after that food poisoning or whatever it was in Mexico. Him and Jaden Nelson, Sam Adekubi, how their recovery is, how they're feeling. It'll truly come down to that. Who knows, maybe Tajon Buchanan and Jacob Schaffelberg at the start over fitness and just down to not being food poisoned or whatever the case is. But I really think it should be Ali Ahmed and Jaden Nelson getting the start for Canada in the midfield four. And then moving on to the front two. The big question. Who plays next to Jonathan David? Yes, you could say keep Jonathan David safe. Don't let him get injured. Whatever you do, he has a big contract coming up. It's very important. Do you just sit Jonathan David? Do you just arrest him for the CONCACAF Gold Cup? I don't think so. If he's on the brink of being injured, I think Jesse Marsch has learned now. I think he knows since that Alphonso Davies situation that he will make sure to rest. He will make sure to protect his players. And I think Jesse Marsch is the type of manager who will protect his players. We've seen that before. But saying that, I think Jonathan David still starts. I think he starts alongside Promise David. Promise David is bound to get his start. He deserves it. And if he doesn't, I think it's pure robbery. The way Promise David has played at the club level has been sensational. He has played fantastic football. He's carried his side to their first title in 90 years. And his form speaks for itself. And you can't compare any other nine that Canada has to Promise David right now. Form level, they don't compare. Yes, Tani Oluwase scoring is playing very well, but not at the same level as Promise David. Not doing it in the same type of formation, not doing it in the same style of play, not pressing from the front foot. This is a different player. This is a different style of player. Yes, Tani has a certain level of similarity to Promise David, but there's formations, there's systems at the club level, don't have similarities. And the way Promise David is playing right now on form deserves to start next to Jonathan David. And I truly believe he will. So there's my lineup, guys. Of course, it's a very exciting lineup, and it's a very interesting lineup for this Canadian men's national team. It could come down to how the fitness is for some players, how that food poisoning is settling for those Vancouver Whitecaps players, how they're truly feeling in the lead up to this game, in the lead up to the Canadian Shield. We truly just don't know that yet. But that is my best lineup. That is who I think should start right now for this Canadian men's national team. I think it just makes sense. It's a very exciting team. It's a very quick team. I would change Jamie Knight-Lebel for Joel Waterman. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments on your predicted lineup. But we're going to move to my score prediction. I said I think this is a must-win for the Canadian men's national team. I think Canada will go out there, and I think they're going to win this game 2-1. I want to say 3-1, but I'm going to be more reserved and say 2-1. I think Promise David, I think Jonathan David, I think they both get in the score sheet. I think it's a very exciting game. I think it's a nail-biter game, but I think Canada has to win this game. I think it's a very important game and very crucial. And yes, that might be crazy to say for a friendly game, and I do understand that at some level. But Canada has to start this tournament off. They have to start this summer off the right way. And beating a big nation like Ukraine, who's very versatile in their formation, tactically, as well as has a great squad, is a huge way to do it, especially when you don't get to play European quality, European opposition much. Go out and beat Ukraine. This is your chance, and I really think Canada can go out there and do that and start this summer the right way. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, guys. Your lineup predictions, your score predictions, and general thoughts and takes on mine as well. Hit that like button, guys. It really helps out the content. Drop a sub as we move closer to 650 subscribers. Feels crazy to say, and I truly appreciate your guys' support. And there's going to be so much content coming out this summer. And I can't wait for the Canadian Shield and CONCACAF Gold Cup. And I'll see you guys for the next one. Peace.